Well, hello, this is Doug Anthony, and I bring you greetings from Mary Lou, my wife. You know, many of you know us as we've served with you in different places around the world, but it's our joy to be encouraging you today and challenging you. And this is the message that I have for you. And it goes like this: the glory of a bird is not in its sameness, but in its uniqueness. The glory of a bird is not in its sameness, but in its uniqueness. You see, most birds have two wings and two legs and a beak and feathers, and most walk, and with some exceptions, they fly. But some birds float, some even dive under the water. Some are brilliant colors, while others are masterfully masked, camouflaged. Legs and beaks and necks have a wide variety of shapes, and some hunt and eat flesh. Some hunt and dive underwater for flesh, for fish, and others eat bugs or feast on dead carcasses. Now, I remember in our first journey into South Luangwa National Park in Zambia, I was expecting to be overwhelmed by elephants and hippos and lions and hyenas and antelope. And they were impressive, no doubt. But what I was unprepared for was the fantastic variety of bird life in the park. The birds were amazing in their beauty and truly stunning in their difference. And for whose pleasure were they created? For God's. He created them for his pleasure and for ours. My challenge to you today is that it's the same with culture. The glory of a culture is not in its sameness, but in its uniqueness. We see in Revelation 7:9 that God intends his design, his hope, his joy is that every culture be represented around the throne in heaven. Hear these words. After this I looked, and there before me was a great multitude that no one could count, from every nation, tribe, people, and language, standing before the throne and before the Lamb. They were wearing white robes and were holding palm branches in their hands, and they cried out in a loud voice, "Salvation belongs to our God, who sits on the throne, and unto the Lamb." You see, God intends for your culture and your tribe and your language to be present around his throne in heaven. So don't be deceived by thoughts that your culture doesn't matter because it's too small, that your marginalized group isn't as valuable as the dominant culture, and that you should just kind of be absorbed into them. Maybe the gospel of Jesus Christ came to your tribe from a much larger group. Praise God for it. Praise God for it. Don't regret that. Thank those from that cultural group for the gift of the gospel and partner with them so that others can hear the gospel. But don't surrender your local cultural identity. Instead, redeem it. Redeem it. If you don't have worship songs in your own language and using your own instruments and your song forms and poetic forms, then create them. You are the artist. You are God's gift to the church to create these things. But be wise in your choices. For every cultural practice has sedimentary layers, just like silt on the bottom of a lake or on the waters, or the layers of dust and dirt built up over the years. These layers of meaning have built up over years and generations. And so that those meanings, be they very general meanings or very specific meanings, can overpower any words that you would attach to those songs or those genres or song forms. So you have to be careful about it. But partner with your spiritual leaders, with your church leaders, to redeem this culture. The point I wish to make is that the uniqueness of your culture is its glory. It's not sameness, but uniqueness. And it matters for local ministry and mission. So just as you wouldn't wish for every bird in your region to suddenly look like every other bird in your region, like they would all look alike. No, in the same way, don't wish for your culture to be kind of morphed into and look like another culture. Remember that God values your culture, your tribe, your people, your language. And he's looking forward to that day when your people, your tribe, your language, your nation is represented around the great throne of our God in heaven. I look forward to that day, and it's an honor to serve you. I look forward to bringing more messages and challenges to you, and you feel free to post discussions and thoughts and responses to this below. So blessings to you.